Hello and welcome, Magic Learners. Much love. Travis here bringing you MTG of the day number... Tell me, should I even be recording these and wasting the memory power and character space? Why don't we just not record them? 30 is inaccurate anyways because we had been doing it before. Anyways, we're here with the Elf Combo deck. Watch the deck tech if you don't know how it works. Today's goal is to cast Distant Melody for a bunch of cards. Now, I would like to not go 0-3, because if we lose, we go 0-3. But I care much more about casting Distant Melody for a bunch. Anyways, so I kept this hand. It's not particularly amazing. So basically, the Quirion Ranger can let us replay an extra land. I'm going to gamble on a Priest of Titania. We can make the safe play of a Sylvan Ranger to find our second land. But if the opponent does not have a removal spell, and they appear to not, then we can make some magic happen. I'm going to go ahead and cast this. Maybe the opponent counters it. But we're going to be able to cast a bunch of stuff this turn. Diabolic Edict. Well, we're going to lose the Quirion Ranger. So we're going to untap the Priest, pick up the Forest. It's okay if we aren't going to play another land yet this turn. So the main thing is I'm just going to basically dump everything. Priest of Titania. We need to be concerned about Evankar's Justice, as we saw in yesterday's video, but I'm just gonna basically put it all out there and hang loose. So we can play Sylvan Ranger, then tap this for 4 mana. I maybe prefer to play Elvish Visionary first, because that will give us some more information whether we want to play Sylvan Ranger. Why don't we play Sylvan Ranger and Timberwatch Elf? That seems pretty insane. Or actually, we have the mana to do both. How lucky. Yeah, so basically Evankar's Justice is that island right there? Evankar's Justice is a sweeper, which will totally ruin our day. So we'll have 1 mana floating. Yeah, we can play Timberwatch as well. And yeah, we have Distant Melody for a bunch next turn. Our hand's absolutely crazy. It's just a matter of not losing to an egregious sweeper. The opponent counters our Distant Melody and does 2 damage to each of our creatures. Would be very disappointing. My feeling is if they don't have that, then it'll be a fairly easy win. But who knows? Think twice is the play. Demir Aqueduct. Okay, yeah, so I think that we should be able to actually just win on this turn. Yeah, we should be able to just win on this turn. The way that we're going to do it is by drawing a bunch of cards. Like a bunch of cards. Elf. I mean, we might win this turn. We'll see what happens. Yeah, maybe we can win this turn. We can play... We ran out of draw, but that's okay. We can get down some Hunt Masters. Yeah, and then try to kill with Timberwatch, and then we're going to have creatures that live through Evankar's Justice. So I'm going to go with the Elvish Visionary because it draws a card. Note that that Priest of Titania, yeah, if we draw a Quirion Ranger here, we're going to win, or if we draw a Distant Melody. Didn't, but that's okay. We're still pretty close to a victory. We're just going to dump everything into play and Timberwatch the opponent for a bunch, and we're going to have a few Alright, how much mana do we have? 13. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, let's just play everything. I might have sequenced it slightly wrong, and we're going to have one fewer elf than we should, and if the opponent ends the turn at 19, then it's like, okay, I screwed us up slightly, but it seems like, I don't know if there's a card in Modern that can really, or sorry, in Pauper that can really get us. There's no damnation, it's just 2 damage to each creature and player, from what I understand, so pretty good hand. I'm not sure how many elves we have. Maybe enough for Timberwatch to be lethal. Got a forest. That's all of our mana. Attack for 1, 2, that's all we have, and then Timberwatch for 25. Alright. Plenty. More than enough. Good start. Win or lose this match, I'm happy. Win or lose this match, I'm happy. We achieved our goal of drawing a bunch of cards with Distant Melody. Which I guess brings us to the question of the day. For those of you who are new to the series, I try to play one match every day. If we lose, we come back. It's about habit formation, coming back and fighting. Whether you win or you lose, trying again the next day. It's about discipline. And for me, it's about fun. So my question is, when you go into a game of Magic, what is your goal? Is it to win? Is it to have fun? Is it to interact with the opponent? Or is it to achieve some specific goal? I find that usually when I play Magic, I'm going to go with the Timberwatches, usually when I play Magic, it's to achieve a very specific goal. What I mean by that is, this match, I'm going to bring in the Rapid Vigors. This match, my goal had been to cast Distant Melody. And you see a lot of my crazy decks, the goal is winning a secondary to comboing off, right? So that's just me, and I'm curious about you. Now back to sideboarding. Rapid Vigor regenerates all our creatures against Evankar's Justice. I'm going to cut Roar of the Crowd and the Mountain because I don't expect us to win that way. So we've got more things that find us lands, and I'm going to cut the Ivy Lane Denizen. I haven't liked this card very much. It's just kind of, it's good, it's just slower. It lives through Evankar's Justice, so maybe it's worth playing. And then I'm probably going to cut either a 1-drop, or maybe even Priest of Titania. Priest is obviously insane when it works, but it's probably less likely to work now. Running out of time. I want Quirion Ranger to untap Timberwatch Elf now that we're moving in that direction. I think I'm going to go down on Birchlore Rangers. I'm going to cut 1 Birchlore. We're probably less likely to combo off now. I want to keep the Nettle Sentinels because they beat down. I'll cut 1. And then lucky number 61, like I always say, playing 61 has only a very minor negative effect on your winning, but has a drastic effect on rebellion and enjoyment. Okay, this hand has the potential to be great. Evolving Wilds. If our Llanowar Elves dies, then it will suck, but if our Llanowar Elves lives, this is going to be a pretty great hand. Sylvan Rangers to hit our land drops, and we're going to have, we might get Diabolic Addicted right now and have a hard time doing anything. Yeah, Chainer's Addict. Alright, that's unfortunate. Hopefully we draw a land. We didn't. Pick up our forest, replay it. Although we did cut like a Birchlore Ranger for Rapid Vigor, so maybe that comes back to bite us. Either way, our hand's very slow, but if we're able to at least stick a Sylvan Ranger, that's our second land, third land, fourth land, win condition, draw. Pristine Talisman. Okay, well, the opponent is going to have plenty of time to get things going. Nettle Sentinel. Let's attack for 1 and then play a Sylvan Ranger. And our draw is very slow, but at the very least we're starting to move. So we got a forest, or we could get an island. I'm going to get the forest. It looks like we're going to have a few more opportunities, and I want to make sure that we have double green at this early stage. Wrap and Vigor, regenerate each creature. Might become relevant. Think twice. F6, go ahead. Quirion Ranger is an interesting magic card. Okay, there's a Civic Wayfinder. And we're going to go for another Sylvan Ranger. It's going to be a long, long game. And I'll get the island. It's going to be a long game unless the opponent finds a way to just demolish us much faster than expected. But, I mean, I like that we just have so many lands, or we have so many creatures that find us lands, so that we're going to be hitting our land drops. 6 mana, so Evankar's Justice, as we saw yesterday, costs 7 to flashback, 2 damage to each creature and player. Gonna attack. Kind of expect this to happen. I'm not gonna hold up Wrap and Vigor though, because the opponent destroys all these creatures. They each got us a land, so it's not really that big a deal. What we need to do, yeah, this game's going to be very hard to win, but whatever, we just try. Where's my water at? Okay, there's a Mystical Teachings. Maybe this is going to get a Condescend. Have we played a land this turn? I'm not sure. Yeah, we played an island. So we can play, if this gets countered and we want to, we can pick up a land and play another land. Okay. Well, the opponent revealed a Whale of the Nim. So that's going to do 1 damage to each creature and player. It's going to kill these things. We played an island. Okay. And it has a think twice. So the opponent has lots of gas. They have plenty of flashback. They have 3 think twice and a Mystical Teachings in their graveyard. So we're going to get drowned in cards if we can't find a way to really put the tempo on. But Whale of the Nim is annoying, but it's going to be okay. I would like to draw a bunch of Distant Melody. I don't know that it will happen this game. There's Whale of the Nim. Gets cast. 1 damage to each creature and player. Go ahead and charge in. So I'm thinking about trying to add a bunch of things to the board. 3, 4, 5, 6. You go Civic Wayfinder, Birchwar Rangers, and Nettle Sentinel, perhaps. I think I'm gonna not, excuse me, not play around Evankar's Justice. Or not, yeah, I think I'm gonna not play around it just because the opponent has so much draw that if we try to slow roll them, Echoing Decay, well, that sucks. I hadn't considered that. Yeah, well, in that case, I mean, we can't. Yeah, there's nothing to. Yeah. Basically, the opponent has so much draw that if we try to slow roll them and play a longer game, we're just going to lose to these draw spells. So we need to actually just put things into play and hope that that's good enough. Okay, so in this turn, we can. We can play a few things and leave up Rap and Vigor mana, and hopefully that will be good enough, and if not, we can shortly concede, I believe, and then move to the next one. This game, we got off to an extremely slow start. Diabolic Edict. Well, Rap and Vigor is not even that useful, unfortunately, this game. Or hasn't been. So basically, the best case scenario these things resolve. Rap and Vigor saves us on the next turn, and we're able to Distant Melody for 3 or 4 cards and get back into the game that way. Think twice. So yeah, the hope is that Rap and Vigor just does serious work right now. 3, 4, 5, 6. Opponent's got a full hand. Worth noting that they have been stuck on lands for a little bit. There's another Pristine Talisman. These things gain a life a turn. 4. Evankar's Justice. Nice. We have our sideboard card at the ready. And this does 2 damage, but all our creatures regenerate, so we get a free shot. Oh, our Nettle Sentinel tapped. That's okay. Hoping for an elf really bad. That's unfortunate. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh well. Elf. Draw 3. Priest of Titania. We already know the opponent has 1 Evankar's Justice. So I'm just gonna like go all in, basically. And be prepared to concede on the next turn in order to maximize our chances of winning. If the opponent does not have the answer, then we'll maybe be able to win. But if they do, we weren't going to win by slow playing them, because not only do they have all this life gain, but they have 2 Pristine Talismans too. Okay, here's Evankar's Justice with buyback. I concede, you win. Going to game 3. I haven't gone 0-3 with the deck yet on this channel, so we're down to the last game. But again, for me, I'm playing with the deck to do sweet things. I would like to win, but it's not super important that we win. I guess I like Ivy Lane Denizen. It's pretty good against Evankar's Justice. The question is whether we want to cut Distant Melodies. I really don't. I mean, it drew 3 cards that game, which was pretty good. Whenever a green creature enters the battlefield, if we can cut 1 card. Maybe Timberwatch is not actually that good. It protects against Evankar's. It's pretty aggro. I'm going to cut a Priest just because it costs 2 mana and it doesn't give us card advantage like the other ones. The opponent has a good amount of removal, so it's a tough call. We could go with 62 as well. I'm going to keep. It is a aggressive hand at the least. This hand might not work because we only have the one land, and this is a matchup where having lands is really helpful, but Huntmaster, So we can attack, play Birchlore to untap, play a Birchlore, and if the opponent has Echoing Decay, we're just hosed, totally hosed. And here's where you can play around things as well. But my feeling is like, if we're winning this game, it's going to be through a quick blitz. So that's the way that I'm going to play it. Nice, they have Evolving Wilds. We still need to be worried about Evankar's Justice, like really worried. Okay. Green for a Fyndhorn Elves. Untap this. So we're gonna have one. We're gonna be slightly short of playing Timberwatch Elf. Green, Elvish Visionary. Really hoping to draw a land. Or a Fyndhorn Elf. Yeah, I mean, they have Whale of the Nim too. The way I feel is just like, if they have it, then we lose, and that's okay. What do we get from playing around? Alright, we're about to find out if the opponent has Whale of the Nim, and we can just pack up the bags and come back tomorrow. Wow, they're missing. Are they missing their third land? Think twice. Let's see if they have it. Might be a Dimir Aqueduct. Wow, they're missing their third land and discarding. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. Serrated Arrows gets pitched. Perfect. So how much mana do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can we play Sylvan Ranger into Lissalana Huntmaster? Or can we play Lissalana Huntmaster into Sylvan Ranger? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. This will untap, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 creatures untapped. I believe we can go Huntmaster into Sylvan Ranger. And that will start to put us kind of slightly out of Whale of the Nim range. Or we could go Sylvan, say we would go Sylvan Ranger, get an island, 1, 2, geez, this is such a headache. Sylvan Ranger, 1, 2, untap that, another land, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's just go with the 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to play the Huntmaster, the Sentinel's going to untap, and we're going to have 4 untapped elves in order to play Sylvan Ranger. And the opponent really needs to have Whale of the Nim right now. They need to top deck a land and have Whale of the Nim. And even if they do, we're starting to get in a position where we're not in great shape, but if they don't have it, we're not super dead. And they need to have it right now, or they're gonna, well, they need to draw a land absolutely on this turn to have a chance. 1, 2. You know, I screwed this up. I think that if we had played the Sylvan Ranger into the Huntmaster, we would have had an extra half mana to play. No, we wouldn't have had an extra half mana because we got an extra elf. Either way, GG. We won. GG's. Awesome. Okay, so we still haven't gone 0-3 yet, and we can move on. Here's the deck. Again, if you haven't watched the deck tech, make sure to check it out. Question, when you go into a game of Magic, what is your goal? Is it to win? Is it to have fun? Is it to shake hands with the opponent? Is it to achieve some kind of check off some kind of achievement? For me, it's like check off an achievement. It was important to win because I didn't want to go 0-3, but I mean, I came into this wanting to cast Distant Melody and draw 8 cards, and we did that. So, and we won. So we can come back tomorrow with a new deck. Also, let me know what kind of deck you want to see. Just to show you, I currently have Living End lent out to someone I'm helping prepare for a tournament, but I've got a few standard decks, but I still have all these modern decks. And I have most of the cards for these, even though it says that I don't. And then some Pauper, so, excuse me. Let me know what you want to see. Much love to our, excuse me, let me know what you want to see, and much love to all our Patreons and all of our supporters. If you haven't checked out the ebook program yet, check that out. And for the rest of y'all, I will see you back here on the channel tomorrow. Take care.